Hi, it's Tori from Tinicum Library and welcome to our Shapes Infant Storytime. I'm sorry we got a late start. We were having a little bit of technical issues, but it's all fine now. So we are going to get started. Okay, so our opening song, we are going to use some sign language. So the sign language for good morning, you're going to put one hand on your chin and one hand out like this, and you're going to go good. And then you flatten your arm and you raise the other arm on top. That's morning. So, good morning. Okay, let's get started with our song. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with sunshiny faces. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Okay, so I'm going to back up our camera a little bit just so we have a little better view. That's much better. Okay, so today we are talking all about shapes. So I don't know if anybody knows any shapes, but everybody tends to have a favorite shape. So my favorite shape is a circle. We're going to talk all about them in this first book. This is Snap, a peek through book of shapes. And does anybody know what animal this is? What animal goes snap? It's a crocodile. Let's see. Let's play a game, says Crocodile. I have a super square. Look high and low and shout out snap when you have found its pair. So our first shape is a square. And we're looking and we're looking. That doesn't look like it. That doesn't look like it. That sort of looks like it, but not quite. I think it's this one, our square. So we're going to put our square on the board. Oh no. Okay, that's a little, nope. We might not be able to see our square. I'm so sorry. Okay. Bunny spies a happy snail. It has a big round shell. This shape is called a circle. Can you spot one as well? So let's take a look. This is our circle shell. Nice. Let's see, do we have any other shapes that look like this? This looks like our square from last time. This doesn't look like it. That looks like our circle. Dolphin dives into the sea and spots a spinning star. Now try to find another one. Look closely. It's not far. So let's see. This is our star, and this is actually a starfish, which is very cool. Let's see. Do we see anything like that? This looks like our circle that we just talked about, and this looks like our square we just talked about. This looks like our star, and you can tell it's a star because it's got 5 pointy points. Hi. Puppy flies a pretty kite. He makes it dive and swoop. Can you see its pointy twin in this high-flying group? Okay, so let's take a look. We have our kite right here, and does anybody know the real name for this shape? It's a diamond. Looks like this. Okay, so we have our star from last time, our square that we talked about, and our circle that we talked about. So it looks like we only have 3 other shapes, and this one matches this one. Pig would like to start a party now. She wears a special hat. This shape is called a triangle, just like this. Now find one just like that. So we have all of our hats on the shelves here. It looks like we have our diamond from last time, our star, our square, our circle, and we have these ones left. So I think it's going to be this one, and it's even the same color and the same pattern. Cat's noisy truck goes toot toot toot. It's big and bright and blue. This shape is called a rectangle. Can you find number 2? So we're trying to find its pair again. So this is our truck. We have a circle, we have a star, we have a triangle, we have a square, and that looks like our rectangle. Monkey has a tasty treat. It's shaped just like a heart. Can you find the other one? Let's see. Looks like we have our triangle, our star, our square, our diamond, our rectangle, our circle, and our last one is our heart. And it says, "Good job, you're super smart." So these are all our shapes that we learned at the end of the book. So that was great. Now we're going to sing some songs. So, where's my square? Here we go. This is a square. This is a square. How can you tell? How can you tell? It has 4 sides, all the same size. It's a square. It's a square. Let's see. This is a circle. This is a circle. How can you tell? How can you tell? It goes round and round, no sides to be found. It's a circle. It's a circle. Okay, and we're going to sing one more song about circles. So, a little circle, a bigger circle, and a great big circle I see. Now help me count them. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. And that's our circle song. Now our next book is very fun. It's got all sorts of shapes and it's got this cute little guy on the front. Does anybody know what animal this is? It's got 8 legs. It's a spider. It's Walter's Wonderful Web by Tim Hopgood. Okay, so Walter wished he could spin a perfect web just like his friends, like theirs. But Walter's webs weren't perfect. They were wibbly wobbly. And when the wind blows, wibbly wobbly webs always blow away. But Walter was determined. So one morning, he decided to start something simple. Very carefully, he made a small web in the shape of a, let's see what shape it is, a triangle. And we know it's a triangle because it has 3 sides. Whoosh! Went the wind and it blew the web away. Walter started again. This time he made a bigger web in the shape of a, let's see, a square. And how do we know it's a square? Because we just sang in our song that a square has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all of equal size. Whoosh went the wind and it blew the web away. Walter sighed and started again. This time he made a longer web in the shape of a, what do we think it's going to be? He had a square and he's making it longer. Let's see. A rectangle, and we know it's a rectangle because it has 4 sides. And these 2 are even and they're parallel to each other, which means they run in the same direction. So these 2 are the same size and these 2 are the same size. That's our rectangle. Whoosh went the wind and it blew the web away. Walter sighed. Then he stretched his legs and he made a taller web in the shape of a diamond. And what was our diamond in the last book? It was a kite. Whoosh, whoosh went the wind and it blew that web away too. Perhaps my web should be more round, thought Walter. Now what do we think he's going to make if he's saying he needs a round web? So he climbed up and down. He twisted and twirled. Would this be Walter's first perfect web? Nearly. It wasn't a perfect web, but it was an almost perfect circle. And it looked strong. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh went the wind. Poor Walter hit the ground with a bump. Walter was tired and upset. He felt like giving up. But as the sun went down, he thought about all the different shapes he had made. All at once, he knew just what to do. So he took a deep breath and set to work. Whoosh went the wind, but it didn't stop Walter or his web. Not this time. And as the stars came out, Walter's web shone in the moonlight. Look how beautiful. It was better than perfect. It was a truly wonderful web. Okay, so let's sing another song. To make a circle, draw it in the sky. Make a square, make the line so straight. Draw a square, draw one or draw 8. Now we're going to sing another little poem. We're not singing this one. This is a little poem that we do at a lot of our story times. And if you'd like to come to another story time, you can always check them out on tinicumlibrary.org/events. So I have 10 fingers and they all belong to me. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can make them do things. Would you like to see? I can close them up tight. I can open them out wide. I can put them all together. And I can make them jump high. I can make them jump low. And I can fold them up quietly and hold them just so. So now it's time for our next book, and this one's very fun because we are going to use our fingers for this book too, because we're going to learn some sign language. So we have Orange Triangle Fox by Sarah Jones. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what color is this? What color is this animal on this page? It's brown, and this is how we say brown in sign language. Next up, we're going to ask, what shape is this animal? It is a circle. And lastly, what animal is this? Does anybody know? It's a hedgehog. Okay, now we're going to ask, what shape is this one? What shape is this? So we've talked a lot about this shape today. It's got 4 sides and they're all equal size. So it is a square. And what color is this? This is red. And what else is red? Like a fire truck. Fire trucks are red. We always talk about fire trucks all the time. And now, lastly, what animal is this? Does anybody know what animal this is? It goes, hoo, hoo, hoo. It's an owl. Next up, what color is this one? What color is this? It looks an awful lot like the last one, but it's not. It's a little different. It's orange, and this is how we say orange. And what shape is this? I love this shape. And we just talked about this shape too. It's got 3 sides. It's a triangle. And lastly, what animal is this? It was in the name of the book. This was the name of the book. It's a fox. Okay, next up, what color is this? I love this color. This is yellow. And what shape is this? This is another cool shape. This is the one that we said had 5 points at the end. It is a star. And what animal is this? You might think it would be a starfish, like in the last book. But it's actually a frog. And what do frogs say? Frogs say, ribbit, ribbit. Now, what color is this one? This is green, and this is how we say green in sign language. What shape is this? Kind of looks like our circle. We haven't talked about this shape yet. Doesn't the top look like our circle? But then it's flat on the bottom. So this is what is called a semicircle, or some people call it a half circle. Now, what animal is this? He's got a shell. He's a turtle, and this is how we say turtle in sign language. Almost done with this story. So what color is this? It's blue. That's how we say blue. And what shape is this? This was the shape of our truck in our first story, but this time the shape is tall. Every time we've seen rectangles so far, they've gone this way. So it's our first time seeing it stand up. This is a rectangle. And lastly, what animal is this? You might hear them tweeting in the morning when you first wake up. It's a bird. And our last one, what color is this? This is purple. I love this color too. That's purple. And what shape is this? That's our heart. And what animal is this? What animal is this? Let's flip this. That is just the cutest little bug you've ever seen. It's a bug. Okay. So we have one story left, but first we are going to use our imagination. In that book, we totally had to use our imagination, because we had to imagine that, let's see, which ones required our imagination? Maybe the owl. We had to imagine that owls are square. And usually in real life, they're not square, right? So we've been using our imagination already. And this time I want you to pick your favorite shape that we've talked about today. What is it? It could be a square. It could be a circle, a triangle, a diamond. I think I'm going to go with a triangle. So I'm imagining a triangle. And I'm going to take it out of my head and I'm going to hold it in my hand. So in my hand, I've got my triangle, okay? Now we're going to put your shape on your heart, on your heart. Put your shape on your heart, on your heart. Put your shape on your heart. What a lovely way to start. Put your shape on your heart, on your heart. Put your shape on your head, on your head. Put your shape on your head, on your head. Put your shape on your head, then put it straight to bed. Put your shape on your head, on your head. Okay, and this is our last book, and this book is a little bit silly. It's a little bit sillier than the other ones we've been reading. So this is a book of shapes by Kenneth Kragle. This is we've talked about this one a lot. It's a circle, and we know that because it's round and because there are no edges, no points, no ends. This is a square. I think we've talked about this one the most. How do we know it's a square? Because it has 4 sides and they are all of equal size. This is a triangle, and how do we know it's a triangle? Because it has 3 sides. This is an emu pushing a pancake wagon down a hill. That's silly. This is a rectangle, and how do we know it's a rectangle? Because it has 4 sides, but they're not all equal. Like we said, the parallel lines that run together are equal, but not all 4. This is a diamond, and what else did we call our diamond today? We called it a kite. This is a porpoise, reading a book of knock-knock jokes to 3 silly sea turtles. 1, 2, 3. This is a star, and what do we say about our star? Our star has 5 points on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is an oval. We haven't talked about our oval yet. So this oval looks a lot like our circle, doesn't it? But it's a little bit longer, like someone took a circle and stretched it out. That's an oval. This is a rhinoceros wearing a jetpack and skateboarding across the desert while singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. This is an octagon. We haven't talked about this one either. How do we know it's an octagon? Well, we know because it has 8 sides to it. And what else starts with oct? Oct. Maybe an octopus. An octopus has 8 tentacles. So this is 8 sides. This is a pineapple. Wait, a pineapple? What does that doing here? After all, this is a book of shapes. Our last page shows all of our funny little animals that we've talked about playing with their shapes. So before we sing our goodbye song, I want to remind you that we read 4 books today. 4 books! That means on your 1,000 books before kindergarten log, you get to mark off 4 books. That gets you even closer to your next 100 or 200 or 300. And like we all know, if you hit 500, you get your name on the wall, you get free books. If you get 1,000, you get your picture on the wall. You get free books, you get stickers, you get birthday books if you sign up with the county. So if anybody wants information about that, you can call the library, you can email the library, all of that's on our Facebook. And if you want to come to Storytimes in person, you want to dance with us, and you want to get to actually hold a shape instead of imagining one, that's so great. You just have to go to tinicumlibrary.org/events, or you can even just look on our Facebook page, which you're on right now. So it's right there. Okay, so here's our goodbye song. This one's very easy. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. Okay, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time, or we'll see you next week in person for Storytime on Thursday morning at 11. Okay, see ya, bye.